Hello, and welcome to the Nine Lives Horror Club. We're in video today.
How
Ooh,
exciting.
ah, I'm Cheyenne, and I bring analysis and antagonize Ben.
And I'm Ben, and I bring overly passionate hot takes. And today we're going to be talking about the Blair Witch Project. Let's get
Let's get
scared.
scared. Our best one yet.
One day we're going to get it, and it's going to be beautiful.
Beautiful. All right, Ben. It's time for spooky rants.
Wow, I did
And
not. I'll let you go first 'cause I did not mentally prepare one because I feel like I have a
okay,
good amount to talk about this week.
okay. I will start by saying my main spooky rant, I guess, is that a couple weeks ago I hurt my lower back,
Oof.
like deep in the middle of my lower back, which I do very often. And so I waited like 2 days. I hate that I can't look at you when I'm talking. I waited like 2 days to rest and give my back a break. And it still wasn't better. And I decided that I was tired of waiting. So I worked out and did a high intensity, lower body, cardio hybrid dumbbell weightlifting situation. And as you can imagine, I really, really hurt my back. So I
Why would you do that?
because I was tired of waiting.
Cheyenne, but like that's so real. Because I'll be honest, I think about like 2 weeks ago at this point, I also hurt my back.
I, I think you were talking about it on the pod, right?
That I think I was, where I think I
Mm-hmm.
pinched a nerve.
Right. Okay, so I didn't do all of that.
Do you don't think you pinched a nerve?
No, I didn't pinch
You
a
know, like a
nerve.
muscle issue?
I have a little bitch baby back. She loves to get hurt, especially in the lower back region. So does it even look like I'm looking at the camera when I talk to it like this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, dope. So she loves to be hurt, and I hurt her. So I stopped working out, and I was doing like gentle yoga stretches and
hmm
stuff like that. And then I couldn't do it anymore. I had to like actually burn energy. So I did the seated bike thing that's kind of like leaned back at the gym.
Like the relaxed bike. I've seen those.
Yeah, but it
I
hurts my
tried doing one of
butt.
those last week, but I got embarrassed.
It hurts my butt. I can't do it that long
Why?
because the seat's really hard. So I was like doing that, and then I have graduated to the normal bike without the back.
Okay, we're
Okay, yes.
going. I also tried doing that last week as well, and I got
Uh-huh.
embarrassed on it, so I didn't.
No, you can't embarrass yourself on the normal bike. It's just the bike.
I think because I'm used to a Peloton.
Uh-huh.
My family had a Peloton, so I love a Peloton.
He said, I'm
And
used to
so
the
when
Peloton.
well, yeah, I'm used to a classy Peloton with like actual bike shoes you wear for it.
Right.
And so whenever I see the ones where it's like not a bike shoe, I feel like I'm loose and I get embarrassed and I'm like, I'm just gonna walk away and
No.
pretend I was not doing this.
He said I wasn't even there.
That wasn't me. That
It
wasn't
wasn't
me.
it wasn't him. It
I would
wasn't him.
never.
And then I got to go back to my program because it was arm day. And I looked at the stuff and it was like a lot of sitting and stuff that I didn't have to use my back a lot. So
But
we got
even then,
back.
like a lot of sitting requires back support.
It does, but it was like bicep curl. It wasn't anything
You can do
crazy.
bicep curls.
And I was like leaning on the bench real hard. And then today was just cardio and it was supposed to be on the treadmill. And as you know, I have come to not violently hate running anymore.
It's so great.
I don't like it, but I don't violently hate it. Um, and I was like, I'm scared to do that because my form's not good yet because I'm still new at it
hmm
and it hurts my back. So then I did the bike today. And my rant is that I'm 28 and my body is just like falling apart, I guess.
No, I don't want to be like that person, but unfortunately, I am coming to terms with the fact I'm like my body won't bounce back anymore from like
It's
injuries.
crazy.
I get injured, it's like, okay, I have to deal with it. I gotta do
Yes.
stretches to help support it.
You love a stretch. I know how much you love a stretch.
You know I hate stretching. I can't stand it. I can't touch my toes,
Mhm,
and I'm
mhm,
fine with that.
mhm, mhm.
But you need a stretch. It's
Yeah,
upsetting.
I know. I'm pretty good about doing like a little warm-up stretch and a closing stretch, even if I'm not following my little Chris Hemsworth program. Use the code in the description for a free week trial with your girl.
Oh, oh, she's scheming.
She got an affiliate program, not a sponsorship. So that's that rant. And then the other rant, which is short because, you know, I talk about this all the time. A friend of ours is getting married soon. Which means The Bachelorette is coming up. And it's
Oh my goodness.
I don't know anything about it yet, but I know we're very excited. And that triggered the fact that I have been unemployed for 6 months and I've only had one interview. And so I was like, Bachelorette, woo! And then I went to bed and I was like, I need money. I need money.
Oh
Nobody
my
wants to
God.
hire me.
You'll get there. Just keep that hope on.
Yeah.
Make Katie support you financially.
Right now, my husband's doing it.
I guess that's true. I thought you have a husband for that purpose.
It's exclusively for that purpose.
That is the reason why you get married, I assume.
That and cooking, because he's a chef, obviously. So those are the only reasons.
Do you see your little guest behind you?
Oh my God! The people get to see the kitties now.
They can see your little cat.
Hi, Pookie. What you doing? Sniffing? Maybe he'll come up. Maybe we'll get to see him. But those are my spooky rants. And like, unless you have something you would like to say, you know, the past 2 episodes we've gotten into like heavier, deeper stuff, and I recognize it is a privilege to be able to do this. But I think it would be nice to keep it lighthearted today.
Well, I can rant about what happened to me last week.
Mm-hmm.
Because last week I was unable to be part of our recording.
You had a birthday
because
party.
I was going to South Carolina for my dad's birthday party. It was a surprise 60th birthday for my dad. I was super excited. The plan was to fly in Saturday, fly out Sunday, real fast. But unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
And I don't think I told you this part.
Nope, I don't know anything you're about to say.
There was a snowstorm in South Carolina on Saturday.
Okay.
So on Saturday, I woke up and we went to the airport for our early flight.
Yeah.
And thankfully, my brother-in-law did hook me up with a lounge. We got into one of the lounges.
Ooh, okay.
And it was all-inclusive. So your boy did have a few cocktails
As you should.
The flight. Had a blast.
Did you even fly if you didn't do that?
And then they called for, they're like, oh, it's time to go board your plane. We went, okay, time to go board our plane. We get our plane at like, I think 10 something.
Okay.
At this point, it was already delayed a little bit. It was supposed to leave at like 9:50, but it was 10:30. We're like, not too bad. We get on it, and they come out and they announce, oh, all flights are grounded in North Carolina. We'll be departing at 1.
Oh.
We're gonna wait on the tarmac until then.
Okay.
And so
you're
like,
on the plane at this point?
We're on the plane. We're not allowed to get off the plane. We're on the plane. We're going, okay, I guess I'm gonna settle in and wait. We waited an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then they came and said, it's actually me until 2.
Wait, how long is your flight? Sure.
The flight's about like 2 hours, I think.
Really?
Hour and a half.
That long?
It's not, it's,
damn.
But it's still a pretty relatively quick flight.
Yeah. I'm just surprised it's that long. That's a neighbor, you know?
So we're waiting. And they go, it's going to be leaving at 3.
You might as well not go.
And at this point, we're thinking, we're flying into Charlotte. It's about an hour drive from my parents. The surprise party would already be happening.
So you're the extra surprise round.
And then so people would have to be driving during a snowstorm. And we decided to just get off and call it.
Do you get a refund? Or like a gift card?
I got a credit.
Okay. What airline?
So I'm not... it was American Airlines.
Okay.
They gave us a credit. I'm not too upset by it because, like, I'm going back to South Carolina. My family lives there.
They do.
And now I don't have to drive next time. I have an excuse to fly.
Preferably not during snowy season.
But just sitting on a plane and being told, oh, if you leave, you can't get back on, and waiting there for like a few hours
I'll be like,
was agonizing. No, luckily breakfast was included at this lounge. Ooh. I was sitting pretty.
Okay. You were prepared, at least.
I had I had an eggs Benedict.
Oh, I love an egg Benny.
It's classy.
Yeah, so good.
A woman who sat like behind me in a row over, she was stressing out. She was kicking the chair. She was
Oh,
screaming, crying until
okay.
she eventually said, "I'm just gonna go rent a car," and got off the plane.
Screaming and crying is a choice. I have to assume she was going through something else.
I Yeah, I don't want to make any assumptions. She did talk to herself a lot
Okay.
about how it's so cruel they're doing to us. This is cruelty. Oh my
I mean, you were
goodness.
being hostage, to be fair.
I think it's crazy they had us get on the plane and then said it's not leaving until
I could have just let
1.
you stay inside where you could have
Like, can
like
you just let
a
us go
bed,
back? Send me back to the lounge, please.
another eggs Benny, another Bev. Like, why
Mhm.
are we here?
So,
A real
so again,
bathroom.
this was technically I paid $100 something to go get free cocktails in the morning.
Well, you know that is a spooky rant. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was an experience.
Yeah,
Mm.
sounds it.
And then also throw on this morning, I got the chance of getting to see the monks walking through.
Yeah, you did. How was it?
It was very, very cold.
Yeah, it's cold today. It's like windy
It's
too.
it was yes. It's like this morning it was like 15 degrees
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a white man.
Mm-hmm. And now the
So
people know.
I go, it's not that cold out. It's not that cold. I can handle it. I couldn't handle it. I thought I was gonna die.
No,
I thought I was going to die.
no. You. We've just learned that you don't even have like cold weather boots.
No.
You're not prepared for this.
I wasn't prepared for it. My whole body was going numb. My hands were going numb.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, I went to the gym just because I thought the parking lot would be a little bad, so I didn't want to drive home.
Okay.
And the gym's right there. And
Okay.
I realized like my skin was not okay. It was like red and splotchy. When I was inside after like 20 minutes, my head was hurting really bad.
Bro, did you get hypothermia?
I probably almost died.
Okay, and yet he's here for the pod, people. Give it up for Beth. There's my
But
other
it
sound
was
spike.
cool seeing the monks walking through.
Yeah.
People were obnoxious and they were running around and like literally standing in their way trying to record them. Like, back up, be respectful.
Yeah. I knew some dumb shit was gonna happen when you said not because you were going, just like you were gonna see some dumb shit.
Of course, of course. I
You're not
wasn't
the problem.
surprised.
You're not the problem.
I
You're never
stayed
the
in the
problem.
back.
Freezing to
My
death.
friend, he was like up at the front. He was just bowing at them. He refused to take any pictures of
Aw,
them. He was very respectful.
that's sweet. Is that the one from your incident last time you were here?
It is the one
Okay.
from my incident last time I was here.
What a trooper.
Hmm.
He's actually so supportive of our social medias. He is
Is
one of
he?
he's one of the few people that like consistently responds and reacts to it.
What a trooper.
Yeah,
We
it's
love
very
him.
sweet. Every time I see it, I'm like, hope your cat did well in the snowstorm. All right, Ben. Well, as you said, unless you have anything else today,
No, those are my rants.
okay, we are talking about a movie I have been dying to watch for years and just never, ever did because you had to pay for it. We still had to pay for it. But now I had an excuse to watch it, and I was very excited to do so. And that is 1999's The Blair Witch Project. Ooh. Now, as we know, Blair Witch Project, she is an iconic movie in the horror genre. She
Mhm.
did set the precedent for found footage films, though she was not the first. She did do it best, the first, I
Mhm.
will say. And I maybe would argue still one of the better found footage. I I have more to say. I have more to say. As far as building suspense, I think they did a really, really good job. We will leave it at that for now because, yes.
We can get into it later, I guess.
We will get. Listen, I didn't say I
How much
stayed
how much
excited.
did you know about this movie beforehand?
So I knew it was in Maryland. I obviously knew it was like the first biggest found footage, and it kind of set the tone for everyone else's version of found footage. And I also knew that the actors were absolutely traumatized to hell and back.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Oh, really? We'll
I
get
didn't know
into it.
that.
We'll
Oh,
get
I can't
into
wait.
it.
I can't wait to hear it. I
We'll
can't wait
get
to
into
hear
it.
it.
Oh, this is going to be a fun one because I have like a whole ethics. My part, the analysis, the psychology, the psychologically.
That's perfect because
Yes.
not a lot happens in this movie.
No, it doesn't. I told my mom we were doing this. I'll edit this and put it at the end, but I want to tell you now. I told my mom we were doing this, and she was like, "Oh my God, what did you think?" And I said, "Really fucking boring." And she said, "Yep, I saw it in theaters, and I was disappointed."
I love Yvonne. Oh my
She's so
God.
funny. She's so funny. But
Yep.
here's my little time cue so I can edit correctly.
Mhm.
Okay, so this movie came out in 1999. It was filmed in Gaithersburg, Maryland, mostly in the Seneca Creek State Park, which, fun fact, Ben, is
Mhm.
only about 3 hours from me.
So it's about 2 hours from me.
She's close. Let's go to day trip.
We can go there.
Oh,
Wait, actually, we watched the movie. Don't go there.
actually, we might not come back. So our directors are Daniel Myrick, I believe.
Mhm.
And as far as other projects he's done, he essentially milked this to death and did very few other things.
Is he responsible for like the other Blair Witch?
He
I know
is
there's like
responsible for, I
others.
don't know if he's done for all of them, but he is heavily involved in at least 99%.
Mm.
And I don't know if you saw the link I sent you to the alternate endings, but each one of those is like a credit on his IMDb. And there's 5 alternate endings.
5 to this one?
5. Yes, sir. And I have notes in case you didn't watch it.
I didn't know that. I've not seen the other ones.
Okay, don't worry. I covered it. I thought it might happen. I covered it because I fell down a rabbit hole, buddy.
I can't wait to hear I can't wait to hear more about this. I cannot wait.
I'm so excited to talk about this one. Our other director is Eduardo Sanchez. Now, he is known for some other things, including the Goosebumps TV show that came out like the other year, Star Trek Strange New Worlds TV show, and CSI Las Vegas.
I didn't, there was a CSI Las Vegas. I did. I
You have
did
a
actually.
mom.
Sorry, we were a Law and Order SVU family.
Oh, okay. I was a CSI in crime, Criminal Minds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was never SVU. Anyways, continuing on, Ben. He directs Yellow Jackets. I'm screaming. Sorry. He directs Yellow Jackets. The Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, but I don't like Yellow Jackets.
Since when?
After season 2?
Oh my God. To be fair, I think I got in the middle of season 3 and then stopped watching it because I forgot about it. But the first 2 seasons, anyways, carry on.
I want to respect that, but I also don't.
I have some.
I'm sorry.
respect for it.
I'm sorry. I'm not
respect for it.
starstruck. I liked
okay.
season 1, but I'm not starstruck.
I wouldn't say I'm starstruck because we'll see when we get to my debate of everything. But Yellow Jackets is fun. That's cool. But also
I can see the crossover between this and Yellow Jackets.
The absolute mental fuckery, the psychological devastation. Yeah. Yeah, and also the American Horror Stories TV show, not American Horror Story. One has potential and one does not. You don't need to.
I've seen TikToks of them and they seem pretty fun sometimes.
Maybe fun's a good word. I don't know that I would say good. But I also like American Horror Story, and that's sometimes a hot take.
See, I don't like American Horror
Coven
Story,
is so fun.
Coven's fun.
Coven is fun.
Is there anything else?
I like Murder House. I like Asylum. I like Coven. I like Freak Show.
I do like Freak Show. I will not lie. I do have 2 of the songs from Freak Show on my playlist.
Okay. I liked Hotel.
And yes, they are the ones Jessica Lange sings. I've never seen Hotel.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, Lady Gaga is in Hotel. And I have songs from that one. I also like the 1984 one, which most people do not like, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. Roanoke, bad.
Roanoke was
bad.
I want to say it's the worst one, but there's Cult that exists.
What was the one after Cult? During the first Trump election?
That
And
was
then they
Cult.
had Coven. Oh, it was? Oh my God.
Cult was the one that was like about politics and wasn't good.
Yeah, okay. Once they started like having mashups, like That's So Sweet Life of Zach and Cody style, we lost it a little bit. But anyways, back to this.
Sorry, I'm sidetracking
No, you're
us.
fine. I'm hearing we need to do a occasional series on American Horror Stories. What I just our writers are Daniel Myrick, Eduardo Sanchez, and Heather Donahue.
I didn't realize she was a writer for it.
I don't really know how, as we'll come to find out, but apparently she is. But this is her only writing project. She's been acting in other stuff.
I'm willing to bet
of.
that they came in with a. Let's finish the introductions and then because we're getting. I'm sidetracking this too much.
I do think this will be the first. I would be amazed this week if you have a star that I missed. I fear we're breaking the tradition. But if you have any from the Curse of La Llorona that I missed last week.
I really wish I had somebody. I wish I had somebody I can go, you forgot this very important actor. But this movie has 3 actors in it.
One of them is Heather Donahue as Heather. She was on an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Michael C. Williams was Mike. He was on an episode of Law and Order SUV or SVU. And then Joshua Leonard as Josh, and he was in the MacGyver show. MacGyver.
Did not watch that.
However, they do not have any other big credits to their names because this movie ruined their careers.
Which is disappointing because their acting is really good in the movie.
And when we get to the ethics part, I have elaboration on the various ways this ruined their careers.
I can't
because
wait.
It is a multitude of ways. So the budget for this movie was famously $60,000 in
Which is crazy.
1999. So adjusted for today, that is $116,730.61, which
That's
is
still
nothing
so cheap for a movie.
for a movie. Also, fun fact, you probably know this, but one of the cameras the actors was using, they returned it to Circuit City when they were done with the movie, so they got part of their budget back. The movie made The movie made over $248 million worldwide.
Oh my goodness.
In 1999.
That's an insane return on investment.
So that is about, buckle up.
Oh, I'm buckled.
$490,331,861 today. This has to be one of the biggest movies ever existed.
It's well known for a reason. It was very successful.
In the first week alone, Ben, in 1999, the first week, it made $48 million.
That's insane.
Which, again, today is, we're just going to round up a couple $100, $94,000. I mean, sorry, $94 million today.
That's a huge, it's an impressive opening weekend.
Yes.
For a found footage film.
To be fair, it's the first one that's really big. This is a revolutionary film, and I will not take that from it. I will not take that from it. So, couple fun facts for you, besides the ones I've already sprinkled in. So the directors kept in touch. I guess a little bit of background. Our actors were actually just like dropped in the woods for 8 days. Yep. With the camera. So they are the ones filming everything. Literally.
That makes sense to me. That's not surprising, but
and the directors and the cast were in the woods, like close by ish, but they communicated to the cast only via walkie-talkie to keep them from getting lost. Except the cast got lost at least 3 times.
Oh my God.
So
so this is real. This is all real.
Oh
Got
no,
it.
this movie, ethically, there should be case studies done. It's insane.
I'm curious how much this movie was them recording, not acting.
You know, like, not the glamorized Prison Stanford experiment, but like the real version of it. This is like that, but Lost in the Woods with a
Mhm.
supernatural thing after you. And my last immediate fun fact is that the actors were listed as, quote, missing, comma, presumed missing on IMDb for a while. And
Oh, is that why? So, like, if other people were looking to hire them, they would see presumed missing.
they also contractually had to keep a low profile and not be seen. So they weren't allowed to work. They weren't allowed
That's
to do like they couldn't go to their own premiere, like all kinds of shit.
ridiculous.
Because they were, so this whole movie was marketed as 100% real. The week before it came out in theaters, I think the Sci-Fi or Nat Geo, one of them, aired a fake documentary breaking down the legend of the Blair Witch, but there is no legend of the Blair Witch. It's not a real thing.
Mhm.
But it was presented as real, and then this was marketed as like the actors actually went missing, and the families of the actors were getting sympathy cards from people being like, I'm so sorry for your loss.
They went too hard. They went too hard.
And it was 99, so it was like still feasible to kind of do it, but it was probably the last time ever it would be feasible to do that.
I'm very curious how much money the actors got from this. I wonder if they're not getting any like
So when we get to
residuals.
the analysis part,
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna know so much about those.
And with that, then, as you're going through, I will probably drop some more nuggets
Please do.
because
Please do.
my contribution to plot discussion is going to be more like fun facts. But if I talked about them at the front, it was going to give everything away. So,
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait.
take it away. Oh, before we get started, we will save the nugget for later. But we have Bevs on the pod.
Make some bevs.
We have Bevs on the pod. And it is a red wine. We both have red wine, and maybe we'll tell you about that more later. Who's to say?
Mm-hmm. You might need to interject because I did not write down when that scene happens.
Okay.
But I mean, I know roughly when it happens.
Okay. You know what? If we don't come to it, we'll put it in the last third because it's somewhere.
Shall we get into it?
Oh. No, I forgot 2 more things. And then trigger warnings. We have implied child abuse and murder. Verbal abuse. Lots of yelling and screaming. And I would say intense hopelessness and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of that is hitting a little too close to home and you don't feel comfy watching it, we'll see you next week.
All right, shall we get into it?
Please.
All right.
My goodness.
So, the Blair Witch Project, a classic. It opens up with a little some text telling us it's October. These 3 filmmakers went missing, and this is the footage they found like a week later. Or they gave us a time saying we found this footage.
Okay.
So we know this is a real story.
If you hear my son screaming in the background, I'm sorry. He's playing with his Mrs. Claus toy, and that makes him really happy, so he yells about it.
Oh, he's a sweet little baby boy.
He's so cute.
So we know this is all true. Everything you're going to see is 100% real.
Missing, presumed dead.
Presumed dead, and that's true. Don't bother casting them in anything else because they're missing or presumed dead.
Send the family sympathy cards.
It opens up. We get to meet our three filmmakers. We have Heather, Mike, and Josh.
Never met a good Josh. Maybe one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree. And so they're making a film. We're getting little bits and pieces about it, but we're seeing that they are going to this town, which used to be called Blair. It has a new name. I forgot the name of the new name, but it's no longer Blair.
Right.
They first talked to this like young woman who's like, I don't know what the Blair Witch is. My sister went to Blair High.
Yeah.
But she's kind of confused by it. We get this sequence they kind of introducing the lore of the witch, where there's this town. One of the stories they tell was at some point, I think it was like 40 years in the past or something like that, a bunch of kids went missing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all related to the Blair Witch, and it's spooky. And we start talking to some of the townsfolk.
Right.
One old man who I adored. He was the sweetest little old man. I think he tells the story of how. Does he tell the story about the kids getting killed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So there was he is very familiar with the witch and the curse or the folklore
He
of
don't
the
know
Blair
about
Witch.
all that, but he does know.
I loved him so much.
He was cute.
And he tells a story about how there was, I believe it was a man who they arrested for this,
Mm-hmm.
where he had kidnapped a bunch of children and then essentially had murdered them.
Mm-hmm.
And he made them all like stand in the corner facing the wall so they couldn't watch. He would take one, then kill them, and then go for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
A very upsetting story
Yes.
from the sweetest old man.
And the murderer's name, this is a English lit fun fact for you. The
Mhm.
murderer's name was Pryor. His last name was Pryor. And in the Salem witch trials, one of the main people that comes up is a Pryor.
Okay. We see
Continue.
some connection. We see there's a mom who's also there interviewing.
Oh, this was
She's
funny.
telling her little bits.
The poor baby.
I don't remember what she said. I think she was also kind of corroborating that story about the children getting murdered.
She believed in the Blair Witch.
She was like, I believe in it, but like not really, but also I'm not messing around with it.
Yes.
I loved her vibe.
Yes, I agree.
Her big sunglasses, and she's holding her kid, and her kid was the best actor I've ever seen in my life. That kid deserved an Oscar.
That kid was probably really scared.
While she's telling this story, this kid starts crying and like pushing the mom's face.
She's like, no.
And she's just like ignoring him, like, stop. I know it's scary. It's not real
It's not
though.
real.
And then she kind of like winks at the camera. She can't see her eyes, but she winks at the camera, I swear.
This is now a visual format. So she goes,
you're right.
She's like, it's not real. And to the camera, she's mouthing, it's real.
That kid was my favorite. He deserves an Oscar.
That poor baby. He's probably traumatized too. Add him to the list.
And I think through like these conversations, they hear about a woman who encountered the witch.
Mary something.
Who, again, I've been saying, I love this person. I love this person. I love Mary.
Mary, she had the energy that like I feel like you want to have when you disassociate and start your zipper cult. I do feel like that was.
I think in the future where something bad has happened, I want to be the Mary.
Okay, the Mary.
So bad.
Hashtag the Mary.
Hashtag be the Mary.
Beautiful.
So they hear about her. They go to this trailer with like the most iron wrought gate in front of it.
No.
Was it not iron?
No, those were twigs, babe.
Was that twigs? I assume it was
creepy little twigs.
That's hilarious. She had just a bramble of twigs then.
Yes, bramble's the perfect
in
word.
her yard. And out enters this frailest looking woman ever. She's so just like skin and bones.
Yes.
Holding a little book tight.
Yes.
Does she have a bob? I can't remember. Does she have a bob?
You know what? I would believe if she had a fuck ass bob. Mary with the fuck ass bob.
And she's telling the story about when she encountered the witch, and she saw the witch, and the witch had fur on her like arms,
black horse hair, fur hair,
black horse like fur. So they have fur, and then she pulled up her shawl.
Oh, yes.
What's in the shawl?
I guess.
What did you see in the shawl?
Quick note for clarification: Heather, our only main female character, is the one who's kind of like leading this friend group.
She's the director. She wanted to do this. This was her idea.
She's doing the interviews.
The other two are there to be the camera and sound guy.
Yeah.
It is important to mention that. So Heather's asking the questions here, and she's like, oh, and then she opened the shawl. What did you see under the shawl? I'm like, settle down. She's getting there. And then I saw she had fur, black hair. All over. She had black hair for all the way on her whole body.
Wait, I have black hair. Well, no, my hair's blue. We're safe.
Oh my God. And her face, Heather.
Heather.
And then she just goes,
take a Zoloft.
It looked Weird. Okay.
She
It
clocked
did.
it. Read her
Mhm.
film.
And this is where I immediately went, I wish ill things on these characters. Because Heather and all of her friends then are making fun of Mary afterwards about how she did such a bad job and like, what a crazy nut job. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't let her talk. You wouldn't let her talk.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
She was a storyteller and they kept interrupting her.
But she did also tell them that she was a ballerina. She worked for the Department of Energy. She listed all these like interesting careers. I feel like
Sorry
none was
she's
one of
talented, I
them.
guess. I'm sorry that she's a go-getter. Like,
She has the career pivot down.
I'm sorry she's multifaceted like that. You know?
You wouldn't understand.
Y'all are one thing, filmmakers. She's
Barely that.
everything.
You returned your camera to the freaking Circuit City.
So they're all complaining. They're all like talking bad about her. They settle down for the day, getting ready because the next day they're going hiking in the woods
Yes.
to some of the sites where the Blair Witch supposedly was like active. Spooky. And I'm upset with them because again they were making fun of Mary. Next day starts. I'm sorry, negative. Next day starts. They go out and they meet my next two favorite characters.
I knew you were gonna love all of the townspeople.
I love all the townsfolk.
Actually,
I want to hang out with.
I expected that when I told you you weren't gonna have any stars to like correct me with, you were gonna be like,
I would have the townsfolk. I wish I would, but I'm willing to bet that all the townsfolk were real people. We're like normal people, not actors.
We'll talk about it.
Do you know?
We'll talk about it. Unless
you want me... the mom? Were the townsfolk real actors or were they like...
They're actors. I have more to say later.
Okay. We get these two fishermen who I just want to hang out with. I'd go fishing with them. I don't like fishing. I go fishing with these guys.
The most 90s dad and granddad I've ever seen.
Uh-huh. Not even 90s dad and granddad. It's just like the two weirdos from like your high school, but they were not in high school at the same point.
Okay, yeah. They found each other.
Where one's just like very like pseudo aggressive with the other, and the other one's just like really stupid. And I love them, and they're telling about... I can't remember what the first guy was saying.
Oh,
I think he was telling them... Was he telling about the cemetery? Yeah, he was like, I don't believe it, but this is what I know. I know the stories, but I don't believe it. It's all bullshit. And the old guy... I say old guy, he wasn't even that old. He was just probably a little bit older. Was like, nah, I remember I was drinking a little bit and I saw some weird vapor come from the water.
Yeah, yep. It didn't come out of the trees, came up out the water.
Out of the water. And
anytime you need an accent, let me know.
Because you're so talented.
Thank you. I fought to get rid of my southern accent.
So we know, like, so a lot of people in this town, they've heard of this witch. It seems like the witch might be real. They start their little hike. They go to... That was your neck?
You heard it? Yeah. ASMR people.
I'm understanding your back issues now.
So we've discovered something.
It tracks. We go to our first like site of like the Blair Witch, and I think my brain mentally checked out a little bit here.
Okay, I got it. No, you're not skipping.
But we go to a rock where 5 men were killed by the witch. I did not write down the details. I said gruesome murder. Do you remember the
Crash
details?
Course is that this is called Coffin Rock, and I think... I don't remember why there was a conglomerate of men out there, but they were out there. And somebody went hiking through the area and they found all the dead guys. And like Ben said, they had been like brutally, grossly murdered.
Their intestines were like...
It was like not great.
Exposed.
Yeah. So this person went to town to get help. And by the time they came back, which was not that long, the bodies were gone. But the stench of death was still fresh and crisp in the air. However, I, as I do, went back and listened to Too Scary Didn't Watch episode on this. And when they talked about it, they got into like a little, very small debate because I guess technically the witch is blamed for this, but it's not it could have also been the prior murderer guy. Like,
Also prior, because I get the sense, maybe I misunderstood. I thought the 5 men were murdered like a century ago or something like that.
prior is also he's like really old too. Like his house has burned down and all kinds of stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if you caught that. The prior house where the murders took place burned down. Hold that in your hearts.
Okay, so we get
Coffin
Coffin
Rock.
Rock.
Heather does a
They
really bad recording explaining what happened. It's like
her
really dry, and she's upset about it.
I love her saying I don't want it to be cheesy. I want it to be just all real. But then every time we see her recordings, it's like black and white.
Mhm.
She goes, "This is the site where this thing
She
happened."
did,
Thank you,
as
Heather.
an actress, she nailed the like 90 minutes tone of explaining a murder. She did great with that.
No judgment against the actress. We get to like the first. Oh yeah, the first night I think. Where it starts to rain. It sucks. It's miserable. They set up a little
Mhm.
camp and they stay there for the night with the plan the next day going to a cemetery. That's Heather insists, she's like, I know how to get there. I know how to find the cemetery. They look at the map at one point and they're like, where'd we start? And she's like, we started off the map.
Mhm.
So already the map seems not the most
Oh,
helpful
and
thing.
this map is like the most abstract art map I've ever seen. It's like not really
I've not looked
giving.
at very many
It's
maps. I felt like I really related to Mike with this map where he said they looked at it and he was like, that means nothing. That's hieroglyphics.
this map was like,
I can't read a map.
listen, I'm no navigator, but I've read a few Disney World maps in my time, and I'm really good at that. And that's all visual cues, baby. And this map, they're in a forest, and it's like trees, water, and
Oh, they kept looking at it and going, "Oh, this is where we're at. We just checked. This is where we're at." How would you know? But I also know you can't. People can't do that.
yeah.
I'm just not a map person.
Hand me a Disney World map, I
We're not
got
going
you.
hiking ever. We're not going
I don't
hiking.
like hiking anyway.
We're
I
not going
know.
hiking. We're getting
I
lost.
don't like bugs. I don't like sweating unless I'm at the gym. No.
And they comment a few times of like, "Oh, we're lost for a little bit," but then they find
We
a
have
spot.
some
Oh, we got lost for a
we
little
have
bit.
some like
We're seeing them get frustrated with Heather
in
a
a
little bit with this
banterous
navigation.
way at this point. It's like the
hmm Banter,
joking, but like,
but joking, but also like
bitch.
the second she's away, they're like, figure it out. But they do eventually find the cemetery or graveyard, whatever it is. Not cemetery. They do find it. It's where all like the stacked stones are, the
They're on the
cairns.
way to the cemetery when they find the rocks.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? But they turn around at that point. Then maybe I'm
I
mistaken. They
know
never find the cemetery they're looking for. I thought that was a cemetery because then right after they talk about going back home.
when they're looking at the rocks, one of them is like, maybe it's like a Native American burial ground, which of course a movie full of white people said that. Of course they did.
But yeah, so I guess then while they're walking, they find a bunch of stacked rocks. A bunch of like cairn, I think is the word.
What'd you say?
The cairn, Cairn, I think is what the word is.
Sure. A little pile of rocks.
Stacked
Mm-hmm.
rocks. Um, and they recalled that Mary said something about stacked rocks, but I didn't recall what Mary had
I
said.
didn't either.
So they definitely didn't either.
Yeah.
So who knows what this warning is supposed to heed? Unfortunately, Mike then knocks over a pile of the
Mm-hmm.
rocks. Um, by accident or not, I'm not sure. I think it was on
That's a good
purpose.
little observation. I like that.
I think it was on
Okay.
purpose. I think he was just goofing around and he pushed it on purpose. And he went, whoops. Because as we come to find out, Mike likes to pull that.
We'll talk about it.
And it's nighttime again, and this time they can light a fire. And in the middle of the night, they hear a noise. And Heather's like, we gotta go check this out.
She's
She's
relentless.
ecstatic. She said, we gotta record it. Mike, let's go. Mike, come on, come on, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, he's reluctantly going, but Mike, he's
Yeah.
refusing. He stands on business. Next day they have kind of a little powwow, being like, Mike, you understand what's coming from, right? Like, I'm sorry, but you get it, right?
Mhm.
He doesn't get it. He's really over Heather at this point. Um, I think they start walking home at this point, but they're noticing that the trail's not the same way going back.
Mhm.
Heather's giving some insane explanation of, no, we're circling. Like, why would we not just go backwards? That's the fastest. Because you got to circle back to go back.
She
No one's having
So
it.
she says when the path they took going into the woods from the car to Coffin Rock
Mm-hmm.
to our ambiguous pile of rocks area was the most direct
Mm-hmm.
path to hit all those things. But the direct path back from the pile of rocks to the car is not the same path. And they're complaining about hiking on not a route, a trail.
They're not
They're
on
not
trails.
on
No, they're just
trails.
hiking
And
through
she's
open
like,
woods.
well, I told you there would be off-trail hiking. Did you not agree to do that? Which they didn't. They
Oh
didn't
my
agree to do
goodness.
that.
No.
Um,
I'm gonna ask you, do you think that Heather is aware of how lost she is at this point, or do you think she's just kind of, because she's insisting, like, we know where we're at, we know where we're at. I think that she's fully lost and doesn't know where they're going.
actually, I think this is really interesting. So I will give a nugget and we can talk about it more in the analysis part. But I would say
Okay.
it's a multi-layer problem where, like, one, clearly she has a lot of pride, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't
Yep.
want to be wrong, but then also there's the element of she's the only woman in a group with two boys and she's in charge. So the second she is wrong about something, she's gonna get like crucified for it probably
She's
because
and she mhm.
Josh is already jumping at the bit. Well, Mike and Josh, more so Mike at this point. Um,
Yeah.
is like,
I think Mike's very
yeah,
frustrated
he's like jumping at the
and
bit.
he's ready. He's over her.
Have a little fun fact I can drop here.
Please
Which
share.
I will elaborate more. But the bickering in this movie is the actors bickering. It's not the characters. They're like actually pissed with each.
Wait, is that
They
real? Is
start
that
getting
really
really.
the
They
so
start
when
getting
I
pissed
asked
with each
if
other.
so when I asked with like the
They're
recording, was it
recording.
a recording
There's
or is it
like
just
no
like
acting in this movie.
that's
Yeah, at the beginning.
insane?
Well, you know what? At the beginning, asterisk.
I'm sure there's some part of like where they go, we are playing up the scene a little bit, but I bet the frustrations
So,
are bleeding into it, and
for
that's so
clarification
fun.
as you're going through, because it might make some of the movie make more sense. Every day the actors are getting like airdrop packages telling them what the goal of filming is for the day, like loosely what they're supposed to do.
Stop.
It
That
is.
can't be
And
real.
also sometimes certain actors know things that other ones don't.
Stop.
So as we come across like the main instances of that, I will talk about it, but they are not all operating on the same page. This is like
Stop
Love
this.
Island when the
Okay, this.
producers like stir shit up. This is that, but like worst case scenario. Yeah,
Oh my
this
God.
movie
Oh my
is
God. Wait, that makes this.
crazy.
That's
The fact
ridiculous.
that there has not
That's
been a case study on this is crazy.
that's
No, it's
so
so
funny.
fucked.
Oh my God.
These people are
It's not
traumatized.
funny, but like, oh my God. What a crazy way to
The
film a
Blair
movie.
Witch was real to these
But
people.
yeah. So people get irritated. We get they go to night. Oh yeah, they go to bed again, and once again they're woken by a sound.
Mm-hmm.
They ignore it at this point. Yes, they go out. They can hear it. We hear it's like sticks breaking,
Yeah, a lot
kind
of
of.
the
At least what I thought it
I don't
sounded
remember
like.
the order of sounds that they're hearing, but I think
I remember this one. They hear just
okay.
sticks, like there's
So
something moving, because someone goes, "It's just
and
deer.
the
It's just
first
deer."
night they hear like general woodsy
I
thirsty.
didn't
I
hear what
couldn't
they
hear it.
heard the
Apparently in
first
the
night.
theaters you could really hear it. Obviously because the sound.
Um,
But
because I remember them reacting to, "It's all
yeah,
around us." And I was like, "What
no,
are they
that's
talking about?
it's a
There's
movie
nothing
experience
happening."
or maybe headphones. But
Hmm.
I think the first night then Josh, I had a hard time keeping them straight for a long time. Josh says he heard like general, foresty sounds, but he also heard cackling,
Hmm.
which
Like a
could be a
witch.
witch, could be a weird animal, who knows. But as we
Hmm.
go, just because I think it's hard to keep up with what sounds you're hearing. In general, you're hearing like footsteppy sounds, stick breaky sounds, and then some other
Yeah.
ones.
Something maybe moving, and then like maybe like some. It was some weird sounds. So you hear some more weird sounds. They kind of just go back to bed, wake up, and there is stones stacked outside of
3
their tent.
piles. Yeah.
3 stones.
I said
3 piles
3.
of stones. 3
Listeners who
piles.
can't see, I held up 2
Heather?
fingers and said 3.
Heather's stoked by this. She's like, "Oh my God, this is so crazy. We gotta record." Mike is
Yeah.
freaked out. He's like, "No, it's not
I'm
funny. We
Mike
gotta
in this
go."
situation.
Josh is also similar. Josh is saying it's people who like are in the woods who are pissed they're there saying you gotta leave. You gotta go. Only, the map is missing. Heather doesn't have it. She insists she gave it to Josh. Josh is saying, "No, I gave it back to you." And it is a very intense argument. She's shutting down. He's getting really aggressive.
Yeah.
Tensions are super high. There's a little moment of levity, like after they hike a little bit more. Actually, no, Heather's having a bad time the whole time. But then the guys start laughing and giggling, trying to have a good time. And she's getting upset. And then Mike's like, "You guys,
No,
I
wait,
kicked the
no,
map
back
into
up,
the
back up.
creek."
Okay.
What I missed?
So this is just important for Heather's character as a person and the boys. So they keep back and forth on like if they're getting along or if they're arguing. So it is like everybody is to some extent making an effort to keep it semi lighthearted at this point.
It's like they're frustrated, but at this point
Just,
they're
like,
trying
get
to
out.
be like, "Okay, we're gonna have a fine time." But Heather doesn't seem like she's there because she just got yelled at,
she's a little,
and she doesn't feel responsible.
And throughout this, they have these hiking packs, and they're huge. They're absolutely massive because they have like food and camera equipment and tent camping, all that shit. And a quick note, this is just funny. The sound and camera equipment, for the most part, is rented, and there's a thing called a DAT. Don't know what it is. But it's seemingly very big and heavy, and every time they're moving, they're like, "We have to get the DAT. We have to carry the DAT." It's like a very big point of contention.
The kid's gonna go back for it. I would not go back for it.
Pay the library fee, baby.
I brought it.
So as they're walking and Heather's on her weird track that doesn't make any sense, they on the way in they had to cross a log over a little stream river thing. So now they're at the point where they have to cross a new log to go back over. But this one's like, I don't know, it's different. It's harder to cross. The DAT is a problem.
I don't think there's a log there. It's just a part where it's a little
Oh, you're right. It's like little rocks and stuff.
The DAT's gone. They don't have the DAT anymore. They left that behind a long time ago.
Oh,
they left it the first time they crossed the creek. Because that was one of the things. At this point, they've kind of given up that we just got to get out. But earlier, they were like, we need to go back for the DAT still. And I think once the map's gone, at this point, they go, we got to get out of these woods.
So they come to the little...
But they do the creek, and they have to cross it. And it's just like slightly shallow.
Josh goes first. And he's talking about how it's like a little wet. And he's kind of joking, like, "I don't think you want to go this way." He's being silly. And then Mike is the next one to go over, and he's actually like laughing a bit. He like thinks it's funny. So we think our spirits are higher. And then he crosses and Heather crosses. And next thing we know, the camera's... Ooh, am I lagging? Am I here?
You're not lagging for
I'm
me.
lagging for myself. So next thing, Heather crosses, the camera's pointed at her feet, and she's complaining because her feet are wet. And the boys are all cracking up. And she's like having a little hissy fit about it. And she's like, "Well, I'm glad you think it's so funny that I'm going to be uncomfortable for the rest of the day because my feet are wet." Meanwhile,
she's feeling laughed at after she got, because Josh was
but they all just crossed the same thing. Like all of their feet are wet. Everyone's uncomfortable. Also, uncomfortable is the least of your problems.
But she's feeling laughed at.
It's priority.
She's feeling laughed at. I get it. I get it.
It's not the time.
I get it. I'm with you, Heather.
It's not the time to have hurt feelings about it.
I'm with Heather because Josh was screaming at her not too long ago. Now they're like, haha, now we're all cool and like chill.
But so throughout this, Mike is laughing too much. He's laughing too hard. He's having a full minty beat. And then he says that he kicked the map in the creek.
Because
Heather didn't know how to use it in his mind. Meanwhile, he didn't know how to use it. However, fun fact for you, In fact, for you.
Yeah.
This is one of the instances where the directors told Mike to get rid of the map, didn't tell the other two it was going to happen, and the actors were actually using the map.
Stop.
So
wait,
that really
so
intense freak out
stop,
when they start like
stop,
Heather's
stop,
scream cry.
stop,
So wait. So Mike
stop.
makes the announcement that he kicked in the map, and Josh and
Yeah,
Heather are like, "You're joking, you're kidding, you're lying," like, and he's not, and he just keeps laughing, and they start full on freaking the fuck out at him, which they should. But Heather's like scream crying, really, really intensely. Josh is freaking out. They're like fighting.
The argument about because when she lost the map, or not when she lost the map, but when she realized the map was missing, and Josh and her are yelling at each other, that was real too.
So, yeah.
Stop.
So
that's crazy. That's absolutely insane because he was screaming at her, and she was shutting down, and
Mike thought that the other two saw him do it, but they didn't. So all day he was like carrying the fact that he did that, and was waiting for the like cinematic time to tell them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, this movie's fucked.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's insane.
And remember, they got lost 3 times, and they were actually using this map. And the directors.
Oh my god.
This comes into play more and more. But as the directors are giving them instructions, sometimes they're telling them wrong directions to make them get lost too.
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up.
It's bad. This movie would be a hell of a study.
So yeah, she does. So Heather in real life gets so pissed off and is like screaming at Mike. Josh is like screaming like, if we die out here, it's on you. Which, damn, it might actually be for real your fault. And they have the plan of just heading south. And we're just gonna walk south, and eventually we walk one way, we'll get out of here. Because we live in America, and there's not that much like wild spaces left. Which when you said that, I was like, man, that's crazy. You can't get lost in America.
Yes,
still.
Throughout this movie, she drops these little nuggets here and there where she's like, you can't get lost in America. Like, we've taken over nature.
I mean, at a point though, I will say that could be, you're scared.
Okay.
You were like, this has to work, and this is the reason why it has to work. Otherwise, what else are you gonna do? Because I would do the same. I was saying walk one direction.
We got a pooper. No, one of the bits is gonna be.
You want to announce that?
When they do that, I'm gonna announce it because it's gonna happen too much to not.
They are heading south, and they come across a bunch of weird, like, what they describe voodoo shit, where there's like stick figures made out of branches hanging
reminiscent of Mary's Gate.
There's sticks arranged. There's sticks arranged as like runes. Throughout Heather she wants to record it all. Everyone's so frustrated with her. We're moving, we're going. And now I'm questioning how much of that was them actually ready to move on.
Heather refuses to stop recording at any point. She is like committed to recording,
to documenting, getting as much footage as they can. She said, why not? Let's get the footage. And she wanted all of it. They're over it. And this is the night where, like, I think it really starts to hit the fan. Where they hear kids. They set up camp, and when they wake up, they hear kids like whispering outside. Laughing. They hear kid noises outside.
One of the worst noises.
And correct me if I'm wrong, does something push on the tent, or is that them trying to get out of the tent that causes the tent to change?
I don't think the pushing is yet. I think the pushing's the last.
Something that I didn't hear. I just heard
I think they're going to just look at this
for some reason they all get freaked out. They're like barreling to get out of this tent. I think Heather doesn't get her clothes on fully, and they're like screaming, running. At one point, she yells,
No.
That's this night. That is this night. I'm so positive that's this night.
Because somebody goes missing, and they haven't gone missing yet.
Nope, this is this night because they leave the camp. I can assure you that it is this night
maybe you're right.
because they leave the
Because
camp
they huddle.
because they're freaked out. They
My bad, you're
huddle
right.
up, and the next day they come
Yeah, you're
back,
right. You're right.
and all of this
Yes.
and all of Mike's stuff has
Josh.
been like rummaged through.
Josh.
No, it was Mike.
No,
I could have sworn it was Mike.
it'll come into play. I promise. It's Josh. I have a note about it.
Okay, so Josh's stuff has been rummaged through, and I think my favorite quote from this movie occurs during this scene where they're looking at the ground, one of the things, and they go, "What the fuck is that?" There's like a weird substance. What is the fuck is that? And then someone else goes, "It's slime, dude." Like slime of what? What is this? What is the slime made of?
And I think Josh says it's blue,
like,
so it's not like a normal.
Like I get it. Yeah, it's not a normal substance. Like, what the fuck is that? It's slime. Idiot.
It's fucking dumbass. It's slime.
That would piss me off.
Shove his face in the slime since he's so familiar with it.
They are walking south.
Oh, can I add one thing? Okay, so during this interaction, Josh is very like, why is it, what the fuck? It's only my stuff that's gone. So everybody's stuff has been like fucked up, but Josh's stuff is gone. Or a lot of it's gone, and the rest of it is covered in goo. So they're trying to be like, we gotta go. We need to leave.
No, slime.
Sorry, slime. They're like, we gotta go. We gotta leave.
It's slime, dude.
Heather's recording, and she's like, but why is it just you? Why is it only you? She just keeps asking why it's only Josh, which is fair. I would also be like, but why?
If I was Josh, I'd say, don't you ask that question because I'm freaked out now.
But she's the only one who's like thinking about a why at this point, and the other two are like, we gotta fucking go. I rest my case. Continue.
Yes. They're walking. I don't remember much happening during the day on this walk. I think they kind of have some like silly conversations happening, but I don't remember much really going on. But eventually they end up back where they started. They are back to like a creek they passed earlier.
They see the same log
after walking for 15 hours. And now I'm wondering, was this real? Because Heather has
she snaps
a breakdown where she's like, that's not it. That's not the same log. It's the same log. And everyone else is like, it's the same log. Look at it. And she's like, it's not. And she's sobbing and collapsed and goes, it's the same log. It's the same log. And I was like, I felt so bad for her. But but now I'm like, was that real? Did they actually push her to that point? Did they somehow make them think that they were going 15 hours in one direction and ended back at this log?
15 hours wouldn't be possible, actually, because when they start walking, the sun is up. And then when they come to the log, the sun is still very up. So they're just saying 50. It hasn't been like real life.
They say 15 hours. I'm sure it took me the whole day. Way to make me like an idiot.
No. That's like a fun fact about it's like a mess up in the movie.
Oh, hey.
No, they
I'm
are.
not the idiot.
They
are. And I think that night things are actually pretty like chill. They set up shifts, I think, for how they're going to do it.
This is when they're talking about food.
They're worried about rationing.
No, they're talking about food that they want.
They're making a plan. Before this though, Josh does this one. Like, Josh is like really aggressive with
right. We did
Heather, I think, where he's yelling at her about he's like, you're recording everything. Recording. It's a movie. You're making a movie right now, and she's clearly checked out.
He's like, this is your role. You're making a movie in the woods about a witch. You're lost in the woods. No one's coming to help you. The map is gone. No one's coming to help you. You walked south for 15 hours saying you ended up where you started, and no one's coming to help you, like over and over and over.
He was so mean to her about this. But then they have like, she's upset. He's clearly upset. Mike's ready. He's like, you're doing too much. You're
Mike's
doing too
thinking
much.
about food.
And they have a little bit. I don't know how they disappoint, but the night is actually kind of a night of liberty. It feels like a good night where they've been lost in the woods now for a few days. They're reminiscing and they're saying, what do you want? What kind of food do you want? A nice Bordeaux.
Heather says she would like a burger and Bordeaux. And in honor of those.
Oh, do you see my? I got
okay. Look, I have a little. Mine's very on theme. Yeah.
Black cat one.
Um,
I don't have a black cat
you do
wine
have one?
glass.
Oh, okay. We need.
I
Well,
don't.
this is a
I wish.
Scotch glass, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, in honor of this,
In honor of
Heather's
Heather's
desires,
desires,
and no
Heather, this is
matter
for
how
you.
you cut the movie, I would say it is iconic. We will
To
elaborate
Heather.
later. To Heather and to no one else in this movie, involved or not.
I'm a Mike fan, except for I guess the fact that he kicked the thing in the creek for real. That was a
He
flop.
was told to. Mike, I do think Mike has a kind of redemption arc, but
Mm-hmm. I think it's when his arc starts when he's like, "Oh, we're doing a lot to Heather right now. She's having a moment. I'm gonna." So it's a nice night where they're talking about what they're gonna do when they get
yeah.
out. And the next last night, because Josh is
Mm-hmm.
now gone. Josh is missing. Heather's freaking out, obviously. I think Mike is way too chill about it. Where he's like, "No, it's fine. We'll pack up. He'll show up." He doesn't show up. He goes, "It's fine. We'll just start heading this. We'll find him."
I'm just gonna say, as somebody ridden
Yes.
with generalized anxiety disorder, I have this superpower where like the most smallest thing will make me have a full-blown panic attack, but in an actual crisis situation, cool, calm, motherfucking collected. It
I
would
just
be
think his
that would be me.
reaction of
No, that would be
we'll
me.
just start walking. We'll
That
just start
no,
walking and we'll
I would be
find him.
saying anything. I would be so cool, calm to keep her.
They
Why
changed the
not
direction.
at this point? It
That's the
obviously
part.
doesn't matter.
That's the part where I'm like, they're going south looking for him, or they're going south. They've been going south, so I would assume that Josh might. Well, Josh doesn't have a compass. He doesn't know which way is which. But they started going, and now they're going east. The south didn't work. South ended us back where we came from. Yeah.
So you know how Heather's like really freaking out, and she's having a panic attack, and Josh
Yeah.
is trying to like, or sorry, Mike
Did
is
she
trying
not know that?
to
Or
level
no,
the
Mike was doing
situation.
that.
So originally, Mike was supposed to be. They all knew. Everyone was in agreement that Mike was going to be the one to go missing.
So she didn't know that
In the
Josh
middle
was
of the
supposed to go missing
night,
here.
at some point, maybe not in the middle of the night, at some point they gave Josh a note and they told him in the middle of the night, when they're asleep, leave. So he left and they got him, they grabbed him and they
That's
said,
so
you're dead.
insane.
And the other two had no idea it was happening. So they just woke up in that panic of like, oh my God, where's Josh? They didn't know where he was. He just disappeared.
This is the most insane film. This is the most insane filming. Oh my God.
It's like basically a
So
snuff.
he's missing for real. It feels like this is
The actress
this is
Heather thought it
bad.
was going to be a snuff film for real. Like she was scared. Yeah.
That makes sense. The next day, or sorry, so they travel that whole day. They don't really make progress. We know that they're making progress. We know that they're magically trapped in these woods. And I can't remember anything of note happening besides they just walked for a
Yeah.
little bit and decided let's set up camp. Because we're tired, we're hungry, let's set up camp. In the middle of the night, they hear some screaming. And it's for sure Josh. And I suppose maybe I missed it. Maybe I looked away at this point. There's some people
At
banging
some
on
point, their
the tent as
gets.
well.
Is this the last night?
This is the final night, I believe.
Nope, it's not. It's not because Josh. Okay, so Josh goes missing. I'm taking it for a second. Josh goes missing. All that happens. They go to bed. They hear noises. At some point,
they hear it's for short. They're like, "That's Josh. We can help him." And then I think Mike's like, "No, we're not going to. Like that might not be him." I think they exit the tent, and the screaming stops. And there's like, "Okay, we don't know if that's him. We can't do anything about this."
They wake up the day after Josh goes missing. They wake up and there's a pile of sticks in front of their tent. So this has to be the next day. Pile of sticks. Okay, so recap. Josh goes missing. All that happens. They go to bed. They wake up. Pile of sticks outside the tent. Heather opens it up and it's like wrapped up in Josh's
yes.
flannel, and it's bloody hair and teeth.
It's
So she's super freaking out. Mind you, they didn't tell her that he was going away on purpose. So as far as they know.
Wait, so she didn't know? Oh my God, my brain keeps doesn't even processing that part. She must know this is part of the movie, though.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. We're almost at the end.
Yeah, because she finds the tooth. She finds the tooth. She zooms in the flannel. She's freaking out. Mike's like, everything good? Yeah, I'm just washing my hands.
That part was funny.
You good? Yeah, wash my hands.
Yes.
Wash my hands.
Of note,
like, oh my
she
God,
does not tell him.
Be telling him. But I get that you're in I guess that you're going through a traumatic experience. You're panicking. You don't want him to panic. You want to ignore the fact you saw this. That proof that Josh is dead. And so she's just like, wants to move past it. She's like, I'm fine. I'm moving on. I'm just scared. I'm hungry. I'm tired.
They are out of food.
That's it. Nothing else.
They are out.
I definitely don't have proof that Josh is dead. They start walking, and then I think this is when I think they find the house.
No, okay. Do you mind if I?
Please do, because I'm pretty sure the house is not.
No. So they have that, and then whatever. They have another day. I don't know what happens. They go back to bed. They're camping again. I believe this is when the shaking of the tent happens. So basically, they wake up in the middle of the night because their tent is getting rassled. Fun fact. Directors did not tell them it was going to happen.
Oh my God,
and it's the directors doing this. So Mike and Heather.
What's the director's name again?
It's Daniel Myrick and Eduardo Sanchez.
Jail to both of them.
So they run out because they're freaking the fuck out now. And they're hearing different noises. There's like a baby crying. There's cackling. All kinds of shit. And they're like, where's it coming from? It's coming from all around. Because like in the woods, you can't, all the sound bounces off the trees and stuff. You can't really pinpoint necessarily. So they're just blind running. And the only light they have is Mike's camera behind Heather recording. And there's a part where Heather looks to the left and she goes, oh my God, what is that? And she's freaking out. Fun fact. It is a crew member dressed in a white mask, head to toe white, because they were supposed to pan and get a shot of the witch. But they were so genuinely scared, they forgot.
I was wondering, I'm like, when she goes, well, what is that? I'm like, there's nothing. I don't see.
No, they got the direction to do that and they just forgot because they were so scared. So as they're running through the woods, then they come upon the house of the murderer prior that burnt down, but it's up.
It's up, but it's also like it's a little like in
desolate.
Ruin. It's desolate.
You can take back over.
Yes, and I think at this point, like I think they hear a man yelling.
They think it's Josh.
I didn't hear man yelling. I just saw subtitles saying man yelling.
I heard some like.
So they're like, Josh must be here. They're looking for Josh. They're yelling for Josh. They go in the house. They're all kind of yelling. Mike goes down to the basement. While Heather kind of goes up, yelling around upstairs.
So they're in the house, and there's a bunch of the voodoo shit.
Yes, we see more of the runes about.
And Mike says he hears Josh yelling upstairs, so he runs upstairs, and Heather's like kind of.
Mike goes downstairs.
He goes, whoa. So Heather's kind of following him.
He's busy.
This man he's doing cardio right now. So then he gets upstairs and he's like, I hear him downstairs. So he runs downstairs, and throughout this, we see a bunch of child-sized bloody handprints on the wall. No, let's not. He's fine. He didn't fall.
He's a little baby.
He was trying to fuck with the recording. He's fine. So then, he goes
Mike down to the basement.
Yes.
Where we don't see something happens, but he gets struck by something.
Yes.
Because the camera then collapses. Now Heather, she's looking around. Does she hear someone yelling?
She cannot keep up with Mike because Mike is barreling around. So she's doing this like blood curdly scream for Mike, but she knows he went downstairs. So she goes down.
And she sees Mike, and what is Mike doing, Cheyenne?
Mike is seemingly, given body language, absentmindedly standing facing a corner.
Face in the corner, just like the story.
Just like the story.
And then same thing, something strikes our girl Heather from behind. She
Mm-hmm.
collapses,
She does.
and then credits roll.
Credits roll.
And you go, that was it?
Yep. This is exactly what you do. So, one more fun fact for you.
Yes, yes. They
For this
actually beat them to death.
for this
The
ending
directors
scene,
didn't say they were going to bash her in the head.
for this ending scene, the only direction that they really received, other than ending up in the basement, was they told Mike to run up and down the stairs, screaming, and to keep Heather a good distance behind him. So when he got to the basement, 2 crew members dressed in all black grabbed him, hushed him, and told him to be quiet.
Oh my
So
God. That was
then
insane filming.
when Heather
Oh my
came
God.
down, same thing. They grabbed her, hushed her, and gently laid her camera down. And she had a panic attack, and they had to film it again because the
Yeah, because
sounds
that's a
for having
crazy
a
way to film.
panic attack were in it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And that is the Blair Witch Project.
Stop.
So how do you want to
This
proceed next? Do you want me to tell you the rest of my nuggets?
I want to tell you the rest of what you have because I think I think this movie's insane. The filming's
Okay.
insane, and I'm so glad I didn't do enough research into this.
Oh, I was so intrigued by this because I knew the
Oh my
marketing
God.
aspect of it.
Oh my
Um,
God. I knew they presented it
so
as real. I didn't know they treated the actors like it was real.
so let's back up a little bit. Let's start at the beginning. So originally they filmed this whole movie without the interview where your favorite old guy tells them about the murder.
That seems like
Um,
the most important one.
and test audiences were confused and didn't understand, so they went back and added that. They went back, filmed it, and added it in.
That's where they explained the looking at a corner thing.
Yeah, so that was not part of it. You were just supposed to assume that it was the Blair Witch doing some shit. Second fold, the townspeople were actors. However, our 3 main actors did not know that. They thought they were interviewing real townspeople because
Why? Why?
they had been led to believe that the Blair Witch was a real legend and that it was
Stop.
possible.
Stop. Stop. They did not. Oh my
Yeah,
God. So they were trying to make them think that maybe this was somewhat true. That like the stuff happening could be true. That's so
but it doesn't get better. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Oh my God. Okay, okay.
So the directors, more and more throughout the 8 days that they were there, started making the cast members have less and less sleep. So they were genuinely sleep deprived. And every day they would get their little airdrops of food and they gave them less and less and less food. So they were sleep deprived and food deprived in real life and the reason they did the food thing was because it was building animosity between the characters.
Oh
However,
my God.
the reason they switched to pulling Josh out instead of Mike is because he was berating her so violently that they had to remove him.
Oh my God. Stop.
So
Yeah, because
when
he was
he's like in her
aggressive.
face doing that, it's real.
Wait, was like when he was doing the movie
You're in a
bit?
movie and no one's coming to help you. You're in a movie and no one's coming
That
to
there's
help
no way
you.
that's real. There's no way that's real. Wait, that's why you said you're in a movie. What's your motivation? Because that makes sense. Because we're thinking that's odd. She's a director of this movie, of a documentary.
Writer.
But
Mind
he's
you,
treating
the real woman is credited as a writer.
he was treating her like an actor there. I remember that was odd to me that the way he was talking was like an actor. Stop. That was real. Stop.
So the entire script for this movie was about 36 pages because there was essentially no dialogue. It was completely
Oh my
I don't
God.
even think improvised is the word.
I wonder if like they told her to keep treating it like a movie or if she just is like that.
So, coming a little bit more into my realm of things, when I say this was fun for me, I mean fun in the getting to use my psychology education, because that was my education of passion.
I'm so yes.
So this is really like very, very similar to the Stanford experiment. And while we have been made aware that the Stanford experiment lacked any and all control, so it doesn't count as like a scientific proof experiment,
No, that one's ridiculous.
the behavior parts are very similar in that these people were set up to be dropped off in the woods for 8 days. They were sleep deprived. Things were happening that they were not being told was going to happen, after being led to believe that the Blair Witch legend is a real legend, which therefore means there's like some level of possibility that it could be real, right? And they're getting less food, and certain people know things that other ones don't. So there's a lot of dynamics at play here to where like they are believing that this is real to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you are like, you said like Mike maybe kicked the rocks over on purpose. Maybe
must
not
have been
as
told
like
to
a
do
hee
that.
hee ha ha, but if he thought it was stupid as an actor
I think he
who
did
thinks
it
this
on
is a real
purpose.
situation, I think it's possible he did it on purpose for sure. But all of the like,
I think he was probably told to do it because to me that's supposed to be this is why they're getting cursed thing.
I didn't catch that because the only
Because
person who
nothing bad happened until then.
But Mary saw the Blair Witch and came back, and then one girl survived the murders. Yeah, one girl survived the murders.
So they thought Mary was real?
Mary is real. She's a real person.
No, but like they thought that she was.
Yes.
So I'm going back. I'm processing the fact that they thought they were all real people they talked to. They thought
Which
Mary
means
was
they
a
were
real
really
person.
making fun of her also.
Oh my god. That actually, I don't feel bad that they were.
But that means the actress ate. She ate being crazy.
Oh my god.
So there's that. Let me see. Oh, this is just a little fun fact. The iconic scene. Oh, we totally skipped over it. The iconic scene where it's Heather really close in the camera.
Oh, kind of confessing that it's her fault.
Yeah, this is the
and
very
she feels...
last night before everything happens.
Yes, before they get got.
She's like filming herself on the camera, and it was not supposed to be that zoomed in. She accidentally did it because it was so dark, but they liked how like engrossing it felt, so they kept it, which is just fun. So yeah, okay, so getting down more into it. So this is obviously a very accurate depiction of mental and emotional degradation. What is my word? Deprecation. Because they were genuinely deprecating. They were like falling apart.
Yeah.
So
one of my notes was they're crashing out for real, and they were really doing that.
Yeah, yeah. So the actors have had like, I mean, they're not old now, but they're older. You know, they're in their 20s in 1999. So the actors have all had like lifelong trauma from this.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, and also getting lost in the woods anyway.
So scary. I honestly think like this movie I thought was okay.
Yeah.
But always gets me in horror films is where characters are trapped in a location and it's physically impossible to get out.
Yeah.
Where it's like you are magically trapped in this world. I don't know if you've ever seen Grave Encounters, but it does a similar thing.
Okay.
Where like the halls are literally endless. And I remember thinking, I'm like, oh my god, like what would you like the fact that you would starve to death in a creepy place, that scares me so much.
Yeah. And I mean, for many reasons, the ethics of this movie are non-existent.
This is ridiculous.
But kind of getting back to what I was telling you about, like, this is real to them. You have professional actors like Heath Ledger, who had been doing this for decades, but they get so engrossed in one role. And he literally, trigger warning, killed himself after playing Joker. And he would like accredited his deteriorating mental health to playing Joker because he was so in it. These people are not playing a role. This is their life for these 8 days.
That's so crazy. This was a documentary. This was a documentary.
And like your brain anyway has like a surprisingly hard time differentiating real from not, which is why you're not supposed to do a lot of negative self-talk, because if you say it a lot, your brain's going to believe that that's true. So
Even,
this is like full immersion.
This movie is not about, if you ask me, it's not about a witch. It's not about the witch.
It's about getting lost in the woods.
It's about being lost in the woods. Like that's the whole conflict until the very end. Like they find one or two few weird things. There's weird noises at night.
Mm-hmm.
But the scary part is we're trapped in the woods and we can't get out.
Yeah.
And that's the real part. And that's so scary. This was a documentary.
Yeah. Yep. And as I mentioned before, the actors were not really allowed to have lives after this. They had to lay low and pretend to be missing, presumed dead, because this was marketed as like people literally found the cameras out in the woods and turned it into a movie.
I am literally just like in shock.
And the biggest thing, which I've hit on, is that the actors were not made aware of the fictional nature of the Blair Witch. So everything they do, they thought was real, combined with the food and sleep deprivation.
Isn't that so fun? Shout out to these directors.
And then they went on to make a sequel and a reboot, and they're going to reboot it again, apparently. So now, Ben, couple more things. So as we heard, the actors used their real names in the movie.
Yeah.
Which was decided upon by everyone because they thought it would just make it easier when they're like in the moment, since there's not really lines to memorize, which totally makes
especially
sense.
if they're like just recording themselves in the day, and that's
that
makes sense.
You want to know what the directors did?
I'm scared.
They made it so the actors lost the rights to their names. So they were not compensated for the sequel or the remake in which they are referenced.
Did they get compensated for this movie? Because the movie did really
well. They
got
paid for this, but I don't think they got paid well.
No residuals?
No, they went to court. All three of them, despite hating each other during this, went to court, and they did eventually get the rights to their names back.
That's crazy to fight for the right to your name.
These directors, horrible people.
Just use the first names that you have to. If you can't...
No, and I do have a note that they were barely compensated. Like, because look at how low the budget was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, even I think Paranormal Activity did that, where the actors were paid very little, because Paranormal Activity, very similar, was found footage, very cheap to make, and it was trying to pass off as real, so it used these like unknown actors. And I believe that they also got paid very little, but I hope they went to court and got more money back, but I'm not too positive on that.
So, along with the career ending, so it was career ending because immediately following the big success, they were not allowed to show face at all. Also, they didn't have the rights to their name, so they couldn't be credited to anything.
This is insane. That's insane.
So nobody was hiring them because they would have to pay to use their name and their likeness.
They're going to jail. They're going to jail, dude.
And also, how would you ever return to acting for real? So
I would be done with acting. If knowing that the acting, that I was like, wow, I'm so impressed by the acting in this movie. It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't.
So combined with all of that, they got compensated so little for this movie that they had to all take like some other odd job to cover financially, and were financially not able to return to acting full time.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So they've been in like a little appearances and stuff. One of them, I think Josh or Mike, is like
one of them they must do conventions. They must do conventions.
One of them is a professor at a college for
oh my God,
some kind of art media thing.
The ethics of filmmaking, probably.
That's what he should do. Um, so, and then one last actually fun fact. The little handprints, one of the assistants in the crew had two nephews, like little nephews, and they had them come in and do the little handprints.
Oh, that's cute.
So one cute thing. And after that, Ben, we get into
Did they get compensated?
review time, which continues my analysis, but I got the bulk of it out of the way.
Do
So
you have stuff to?
what do you think about the movie? Oh, my analysis of the movie is that this is a perfect representation of how this situation and how moldable the brain is. Your brain,
I mean, yeah, no,
she does
I
not know what is going on. She doesn't.
think I was bored for a lot of this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
I think especially the first half of it, way before they're lost, I was
Mhm.
just like, this is the creepy things aren't creepy enough. I'm not really into it. And then I think once the map was missing, I would come in and out of like, this is interesting. I'm kind of getting over it now.
Mhm.
Oh, now I'm feeling dread again. And then the ending I did not like. I thought the ending was
Right.
sudden,
Okay.
which is crazy because
You
it's
just
like an
reminded me.
iconic thing of looking in the corner. Like I feel like I've heard of that before. I was ready for that to be a bigger part of the movie,
Huh.
but then it wasn't,
Right. Okay.
and that threw me a little bit.
Okay. Well, so my opinion on this movie comes in 3 phases. So I watched this movie twice because I was so excited to watch it, and I've wanted to watch it for so long. I wanted one run through where I was just in it.
So did you watch it once, learn the backstory, then watch it again?
Watched it once to have the full experience, minus the marketing and the like theatrical
Mhm.
element, and then watched it again to like get my thoughts together. So the first time I watched it, I was enthralled the entire time because I
Interesting.
was so well. First of all,
Did you know
psychologically,
the lore at that
I
point?
knew some of it. So I knew that the actors were traumatized because it was, to some extent, they were
Real.
manipulated.
Yeah.
I did not know the extent, but I knew to some extent. So, whatever, didn't feel great about that, but it's such like an icon in horror, and I was just really, really excited. And also, I love a little supernatural horror. That's like my favorite genre
Mhm.
of horror. Really excited. Watched it. I was so like, oh God, I was into it. I'm literally like leaning forward watching it. And then we get to the end, and I looked at Marcelino. I said, huh? What?
That's it? They
No,
get conked from the back.
that's
They
it.
get conked on the head.
That's it. He's standing in the corner. You're lying to me. That cannot be it. And Marcelino was like, yeah, this is why I never like encouraged us to watch it. And he's talking, he's like, it's really fucking boring.
Mhm.
So that's when I texted my mom
And she
because
was like, "Yeah, I was disappointed."
it seemed like something my mom would be really into. And I was like, I finally watched the Blair Witch. She goes, what'd you think? And I said, well, that was a little disappointing. And she said, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was. So then
Oh, shout out to Yvonne.
we love her. She's so funny. She'd be a funny one on the pod one day. So then I watched it again for my notes. And Ben, it was such a different experience. Dude, I paused it because I fell asleep for an hour.
I
Like 20 minutes
I
in,
was
I fell
fighting
asleep.
I was fighting a nap when I was watching it.
I was,
Especially because Sage came crawled up on top of me. I was fighting a nap.
you're a worm. I was so disappointed. I, when you know that it's a bunch of nothing.
I mentioned this earlier. Are you familiar with the Scooby-Doo Blair Witch crossover?
No.
You know,
That did
sorry,
not
because
come
that
across my
was
research that I was about to tell you about.
because to me, because that was my backstory, and honestly, why I was not keen on watching this movie, where I got a sense of it, where
You
some
agreed to it so easily.
because I was like, yeah, sure. I feel like I needed to watch it
It's a
just so I can
classic.
say I
It's
did.
an icon.
It's a classic. Um, Cartoon Network,
Mm-hmm.
they made a like I guess like in between like during commercial break kind of short to play. They would play these little clips.
Okay.
And it was the most insane thing, Cheyenne. It's insane that Cartoon Network did this. Where it's the Blair Witch,
Yeah.
but as though it was Scooby-Doo.
Okay. This sounds kind of camp and fun.
Only like the environments are all real environments. So it's like the real environment,
Okay.
and then they have just like animations
Okay.
of
So
the
like Space
characters.
Jam.
Yes, like Space Jam. They like Space Jam these
Okay.
little clips. And the way they take themselves so seriously is crazy. Like you should watch
That
these.
sounds funny.
But it's just the Scooby-Doo gang recreating what happens in these.
not not recreating trauma for children.
So from what I remember, because if I'm honest, I didn't watch the whole thing because I got bored of it because it's long. There's a lot of pieces to it.
So one thing about you and the Blair Witch, you think she's boring.
That's when I knew I was like, I'm not gonna vibe. Um,
Okay.
it's a lot of just like Velma being like, Velma's essentially the Heather of the group, and she's like, "Gang, what is that? Let's investigate." And then we hear Scooby and Shaggy in the
Okay.
background.
Okay. They're giving
And I
some
kind of was like,
ghost noises.
but you should watch this
That
because it
sounds
is
fun.
absolutely insane.
That sounds fun. Okay. Okay. But then that brings us to phase 3 of my opinions on this movie.
Mhm.
And phase 3 was when I did a mini research deep dive. And I learned how manipulated these actors were and how non-existent the ethics are. And that unlocked the psych part of my brain because this is, though despicable, fascinating. Fascinating. Just though how easily influenced your sense of reality is terrifying. The the group dynamics at play that arise because of a loosely scripted narrative, crazy. Like this is a very psychologically behavior analysis rich situation, and it only comes from the lack of ethics used.
Mm-hmm.
So like it is truly a accurate depiction.
Fascinating.
It's fascinating. It is an accurate depiction of losing your sense of reality, which means to some extent it is a accurate portrayal of like falling into a form of madness.
But it's not even, but see, that's where I'm like, it's not a portrayal. And that's
No, you're
where
right. It's just
it's
real.
not a portrayal, it's not a depiction. It is.
They just like lost their noodles. Against their will. Just such a accurate display of like gaslighting, and you can take this and really expand it out to the world in which we live, where when the information you are presented with is altered or limited or fake, or some people are privy to information that you're not, and how that affects everything.
Mhm.
It's very interesting.
It is interesting. Knowing that it does make me like, wow, some of those scenes are more interesting to watch. I do feel more justified in disliking it, where I'm like,
Yes, it
I
is
was like,
deplorable.
this was a crime,
Yeah.
and it was boring.
This movie is
And the few
essentially
parts,
a crime against humanity.
the few parts where I was like, oh, wow, how the acting so good. I'm actually engaged. Was criminal,
No.
never should have happened.
Nope. And there were times where the boys were ganging up on Heather so bad they had to like interfere a little bit, and they didn't make it. This movie was originally like
Yeah, because
over 2 hours long, and it is
I was surprised by how short it was.
it does
It's a
not even hit
crisp
the
like
90-minute
80
mark.
minutes.
Yeah.
It's like 80 something minutes.
Yeah. But I also want to get into the alternate endings.
I forgot about that part. I forgot.
So everything remains the same. The only changes come in when Heather goes down to the basement. So for all of
Were these filmed or no?
that link I sent you a couple days ago, you can see all of them. They're like max 2 minutes long. So it all stays the same except for when Heather goes down the basement. And for every single one of these options, the process of getting into the basement is significantly longer than in the movie. So one thing this movie does really well, because it's real, is the tension building is insane.
Yeah, I was impressed by the way it was like, oh, things are really intense. It's like now we're kind of laughing and joking.
Yes. And that's a lot of times how humans handle that kind of situation. Like, you're going to crash out, but then just for your own sanity, you're going to go back to like lighthearted. That is
You're stuck with this person.
the ebb and flow of how the human brain is going to work. But also just the like dread, the building of the feeling of dread. I do think until you know that the Blair Witch never shows up, like when you are watching it for the first time and you don't have any spoilers, exactly. Then just like
My
a little,
shoulders.
I do think it's very palpable. It's like you feel it in your throat and in your chest. So the different endings, they have the longer descent into the basement, which really, really builds it up. I had to start fast forwarding because this movie isn't scary and I was getting creeped out watching these different endings because of that. So there's one ending that's very similar. We have Mike still in the corner, facing the corner, but a bunch of the little stick people and symbols are hanging down from the ceiling.
Okay.
Just a little more of a tie-in to the witch. I'm gonna save my one for last. So then we have one where Heather comes down and it's like that fast. It's so fast. You see Mike hanging from a noose.
Okay. I kind of like that one.
There's another one. So there's two. I found one of them recorded and I deadass couldn't tell which one it was because it's like choppy YouTube from a 90s movie. There's one ending where Heather comes down and Mike is levitating.
That's lame.
Because the witch possessed him, presumably.
Of course, but still lame.
And then there's one where she comes down and Mike is crucified on a giant stick figure. That's not the last one.
Intense.
That's not the last one. The one that makes my spine like wrinkle up is Heather comes down. Oh, and Mike is in the corner, but he's facing her and he's looking her dead in the eye, nothing going on.
No expression.
And the Blair Witch sticks and figures are hanging down and swinging. And I saw that one, and it sounds so like whatever, but seeing like coming down and you just see black and then.
No, that seems scarier than him just in the corner. Because like, I think the in the corner bit would be better.
If he was facing her?
I think it'd be better if we were the perspective of the person in the corner and we could hear someone getting killed behind them. Because the setup is like facing the corner means someone's getting killed behind you. But I digress.
So in the order I watched these, that is the one I watched second. So the rest of them, I was like, I have to speed through to the end because I can't. I'm creeped the fuck out. So the ending is left to a lot of interpretation, but I think the idea is that the Blair Witch was getting prior to murder these children for her.
Yes, I think it was one of those.
However, the house burned down and now they're in it, so it seems to be a bit of like a time loop. Plus, they walked 15 hours south and ended up in the same direction. And I say that because I did see that in the sequel, they do confirm it's a time loop situation.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. But fun fact.
I feel like you didn't need to do that.
Fun fact. I still need that. They only filmed the one ending, and since people were confused, they went back and did the interview like I told you about, but they also sent only Mike back and filmed all those endings. And there is a creepy fucking picture of him on the crucifix thing that you can find, even though I couldn't find the recording. So I think the crucifix and him facing you in the corner would have been killer. I think it would have made up for not seeing the Blair Witch because it adds back in that factor of like, this bitch is here. She is here.
I don't mind him just hanging. I don't mind that one.
That was so quick. It was like
I like
quite
that one.
literally, if you kind of squint, you'll miss it. You don't even have to blink.
In which case they could have done it a little bit more. Knowing the directors, I think they should have just hung him for
It's
real.
surprising they didn't, honestly.
Surprised they didn't actually
They
hang
just
him.
didn't commit murder and record it. Seemed like that was going to happen. So all of that to bring you to my opinion, finally. I have respect for the movie in that it did really set the precedent for found footage. I respect that. I do think objectively.
What's interesting is I've lost respect for it.
Objectively, it is a very successful movie. It did what it needed to do, minus the fact that the ending could have been way scarier. I don't know why they didn't go with one
better.
It is a massive letdown when you get to the end. I do not think the payoff is there.
No.
Yeah. And like I said, I watched it twice and had very different experiences. So I personally give it like a 2.5 only because it did set a precedent for found footage. And it does have some iconic scenes and things, but like the ethics behind it's not even the lore, just the like reality of the making is gross and bad, and they probably should have been in jail.
They deserve jail now.
Yeah.
Yes, because I think to me the large part was so boring that when I first watched it, my initial thought was a 2 to 2.5.
Right.
But knowing that even the most interesting parts was not acting, it was actually us witnessing abuse, I would give the movie 1.5 to 2.
1.5 to 2. I am very comfortable rating it a 1.5.
Let's do 1.5. It's evil. It's evil.
Okay, before we switch to LetterBoxd, I have 2 reviews. Can I read them for you?
Please read them for me.
Okay, I just picked short ones because people have a lot to say about this movie, if you could imagine. So Russman on LetterBoxd gave it 2 stars. And he said, with how annoying these characters were, I was rooting for the witch.
They weren't even that annoying.
I think until you know the background, they are really annoying.
I thought they were just like normal people for the most part.
The men were, I don't know. Heather was annoying. Josh was annoying. Mike was, they all had very annoying moments. But now there's like a lot of reason behind why that is. And the other review I have for you is from Liam on LetterBoxd, who gave it 3 stars. Hi, Liam. He said, again, we are ignoring the trauma these people endured for these reviews because I just found what I could literally 2 minutes before we started recording. Liam said, more like the Blair Witch Project. Holy shit, do they ever stop complaining? Which, like, in hindsight, they should be bitching. They should be bitching more.
I would be, oh my god, if I'm trapped in the woods for an hour.
I mean, I think Josh's thing was overkill. He did not need to be doing all that. If we're thinking about this as a movie, because I'm going to guess these people did not go on a deep dive. They just, like, watched a movie, you know? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I can see these complaints.
Blair Witch Project, more like Blair Bitch Project.
Am I right, fellas?
Am I right, fellas? I'm just kidding. Don't write that.
I'm not. What is our little?
Obviously, a Bordeaux for Heather.
Okay. A boar. God, she needs it.
She really does. I hope she had one. I hope she real life Heather had one.
Good God, she needs it. If you or anyone you know is experiencing abuse, please call this hotline. I'm gonna do hotline number. This good God. Yeah, that movie. Do I want to watch the second one and the remake and also the remake?
As long as they're not as evil.
I don't think you could get away with that twice.
No.
Once you're found out, I think you're done. Okay, Ben. We've started a new bit.
We did.
We did. Every week, maybe a couple times a week, so more people can make sure they see it.
Mhm.
We will be posting a poll on the social medias for y'all to vote on what movie you want us to cover next. This week was between Hush, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Late Night with the Devil. And Hush lost by an overwhelming amount. It got no votes.
You already posted the poll?
I did. I posted it Friday just so we could have one.
So Hush didn't get any votes, which is a shame. I love Hush.
Hush is a great one.
I'm a Mike Flanagan fan. Okay,
I love
that
Mike
makes me nervous.
It's okay.
I have a preference of the 2 remaining movies, so I'm very curious.
We will sprinkle it. We'll sprinkle Hush. We'll keep her coming back.
She can come back.
Now the next 2 were very close, and we got a decent amount of votes. We got more than I expected. For a first poll with no context. And Ben, I don't think you're gonna be happy. Our next movie is Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do.
Oh, really? Okay.
I like that way more than Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, I've never seen Texas.
Have you seen Late Night?
Yes, but I'm excited to watch it again. That's another fun one.
I'm excited to read more about it.
It's a fun one. I like that one. So, team.
And the AI of it all. That's for next time.
Oh, wait, no, I do remember that. I would like to edit my statement. I forgot that they did the AI of it all. Minus that, it's a fun movie. Anyways, everyone, you can follow us. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and LetterBoxd at 9, the number 9, LHC Pod. You can join in, give us your opinions, give us some recs on our subreddit, r/9 Lives Horror Club. All of this will be linked. And you can find us on Facebook and YouTube at 9 Lives Horror Club. Poll. I think our poll should be, would you have preferred one of the alternate endings? / which one? You like that?
My answer, the hanging one.
Hanging one?
I think it makes sense.
Okay. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about the ethics of this film. Do you think it was worth it? Do you think it was as bad as it sounds like it was? Do you have a problem with it? Does it change your reception of the movie in any form? Let us know. And please,
changes mine.
Please, if you're enjoying this podcast, give us a like, give us a follow, recommend us to your friends, your family, your coworkers, people you hate. I don't know. Whatever. We want numbers, baby.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
So stay spooky, and we will see you next time. Bye.